all. I'm not so good at selfies, but I'm gonna try. And it is, what time of night is it now? About 7 o'clock, I think. We just had dinner in the dining room. We are on the Oasis of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. And I promised that I would take you with me on my while I diamond paint on board ship. And I will show you much more of the ship and the ocean and everything. But right now it's raining on deck, so I'm not going to do that. I will give you a little panorama of my room here. It's an inner cabin. It does not have like windows or balcony. I gave the balcony to my mom and her boyfriend, so that's great. But we just had dinner downstairs in the dining room. Very good food. I'd been on the Symphony of the Seas, which is a little bit younger of a boat, like years ago in the Mediterranean, and it was fab. It was absolutely fabulous. It was awesome. But it's a little bit different this time, a little bit older of a boat, not too much smaller. But I'm different in that I'm older now, and, well, a little bit more difficult to get around these large ships than it was before. It kind of hurts my feet. But I wanted to just take the evening. I was going to do the disembarking party, but I went down and I got my drink and my drinks package and my complimentary drink cup. I haven't unwrapped it yet, but this is what I would use for any of the soda packages on board during the day. And I got today's drink was a painkiller. And, well, as you can tell, I'm a little congested, and I'm not going to do too much while I'm on a cold medicine, which is not good for me, not good for anyone. I do not recommend that. This is not medical advice, but it sure keeps the coughs away, and it's delicious. It's a coconut pineapple drink with rum, and it's delicious. So I'm going to give you a panorama of my room real quick, and then going to show you the start of the diamond painting I brought with me, and I'll show you that in a moment. So let me flip this around so I can show you. Okay. Come in the little door there, and there's a closet with lots of shelves and stuff, and a mirror, and of course the desk has a nice little 3-socket USB plug hub over there. I brought an extra one to go on that. It does have a big TV with guest services stuff on it, and I've got some water into my room first. Underneath there, the countertop is a refrigerator and some drawers, and the bathroom is attached here, but you really don't need to see what a bathroom looks like. It's just a bathroom. And this is the queen-size bed with all the with the suitcase and the backpack tucked under, and that's it. That is the little room. And above me is another painting. Lots of lights, and then it's the couch, and back to me. So I know I probably flipped. No, I'll just cut that part out, and back to me. So, that's it. That's my little tiny cabin. I can put on the TV. It has different music. It has a couple channels on it. But I also bought the internet package so that I could upload for you while I'm actually here, instead of waiting till I'm home to do it. So, I'm going to get out my diamond painting. I did not bring my light pad. I didn't want it crushed in my suitcase. So I didn't have that. But I do have a gadget with me that I swear by at home, even with a light pad. If I can get it out one-handed, I'll show you. Let's see. A magnifying glass with a light on it. Magnifying glass because I cannot read the symbols all the time on there. But I want to show you which one I brought. It is Come on now. It is from Big Any Deals, and it's called Colorful Seaside. It has like a sunset and a palm tree in shadow, and it's got purple waves and purple sky. And I figured the 3/10s of the shadow at least would be, I don't really need the light box to do those, so I'm looking forward to doing this. I have it all kitted up and ready to go. I have it kitted up in the little containers. There are, how many colors? I think there were like 25 colors. No ABs, although if I wanted to, I could have brought ABs along with me. And I brought a pack of little goodies, just basic pieces to go with it. So I thought I'd start that tonight, and then I try to upload the one I did before I started on my ship, on my cruise, and then this one, so you'd have a little bit to watch. Okay. All right. See you in a moment. Bye. Okay, so this is my setup. I have my drills here. I have two cover minders. One, I think, you know what? I don't even know where I got my W, but I have got the shell. I think that was from a Diamond Art Club. I've just got a basic diamond painting pen and basic wax and a little basic tray. So, I don't need anything more than that. I wanted to not pack so much that I'd have a problem in the airport. Wait a minute. I didn't want to pack so much that I'd have a problem with the airport, with bringing things on board and everything. So, like, this really helps me see and magnifies. I don't know if you can magnify it through through here. I guess that's pretty silly. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a corner while I'm watching some little TV tonight and getting my feet up and trying to get the aches, out of my arthritic feet for now. Okay? So, I can feel the ship rocking a little bit. There's a little bit of a stormy sea out there. It's not stormy, it's just, what do they call it? Well, it's raining outside, so it's just a little bit of the wind blowing up, kicking up the waves a little bit. So every once in a while I feel a little bit of rock, just a little bit. I don't get seasick, and these giant boats have stabilizers and all kinds of things to keep them in line, so not a big deal anyway. Alright, so I think I'm going to start in the bottom left-hand corner. I like to do that and move across. And since I have 8 days, I'm going to divide this into 4 and 4. So I'm going to do 1 tonight and 1 the next day, blah, blah, blah. Alright? Section at a time. I'll see you when my section's done. Alright, bye. Hi, Divas. I know the lighting's a little wonky, but I'm going to try my best. This is before, I have an hour before dinner, and I'll tell you a little bit about the day. I may throw in some footage from today as well. So I just wanted to, continue to take you on my Caribbean journey. So I'm going to put my glasses on and set you up to see what I'm doing down here. I'm still working on the bottom part from yesterday. I watched Gru, the Rise of Gru or something like that, yesterday afternoon, before bed. And the cabin steward didn't come in and go over my room today when I was out, which really surprised me. Really, really surprised me. So, it's a lot of walking. No matter where you go, it's a lot of walking. This is such a big ship, and it's just crazy, absolutely crazy how much walking that needs that you do. I think there's a letter F in here. I'll do next. And let's put this over there out of the way. Letter F. Do you ever, when you're doing this, do you ever get lost in your symbols and look over the same ones several times and find, it takes you a couple tries before you find the right one? It drives me crazy when I look past it several times. So my feet were quite sore after walking a lot, but they have a tram that takes you part of the way from the ship to the dock, and then the dock to all these different parts of their island. It's Coco Cay Day today. Perfect day at Coco Cay. They have music everywhere. They have like water slides at one part of the park. They have a quiet club atmosphere at another side of the park, which is the one I paid for going. And then they have like an all day like family type resort area that's fun, and a lot of people were over there. Lots and lots of people were over there. Let's see. We had a rain shower. Very briefly. I got in the water a couple times, and the water was cold. The sand was chilly, but the atmosphere was hot. It was like 85 or something like that. So I got into the water to be refreshed a couple times. They had a nice lunch area at the club area, and let's see. I know my mom would have loved that. She's here. She's had a good time anyway. And they were on the boat. She and her boyfriend were on the boat today, and they met all kinds of people and laughed, and they got lost on the ship, and they were just having a good time talking to people. And Mom was in the water a little bit, and on the boat. She was having a good time. And no matter where my mom goes, she always knows somebody. See, my grandfather had, I think, was it 11 brothers and sisters? My grandmother had like 8 brothers and sisters, so they were big families. And Mom has cousins in every state of the Union and around the world. So it's kind of funny that no matter wherever we go, doesn't matter where in the United States we go, there's always somebody comes up, Grace, and funny seeing you here. There's always somebody that we know. Well, a couple people came up to Mom today, and Max is like, oh no, another cousin. But no, they weren't cousins. They just were people that wanted to talk, which was great. And who were also in their 80s, and it was nice for them to find some new friends from a different state and that. So they were very happy. They're very much people. For me, I like being alone too, and I had a great time being alone on a beach. I hadn't been on a beach for a while. Certainly never anything like Bahama Beach. That was neat. And we had got caught in a rain shower in the middle of the day. Had a clubhouse feel. Lunch was really good. You could choose off of a smaller menu, but there was a lot of variety on the menu, so that was good. I think I got a little bit too much sun on my legs, I read for a while. I got a James Patterson novel. Two two sisters, two sister detectives, or something like that. It's a fairly new book out. I found it at CVS before I came. I didn't have any paperback novel type things that I could just throw in my bag and bring along. So I was reading that and maybe fell asleep once or twice. Had a frozen fruity drink on on the beach, which is really unusual. They didn't have iced tea. They didn't have plain, unsweetened, brewed iced tea on the island, which they had some kind of fruity mango thing that was just, fruit juice. But I wasn't into that. I did try it. So I just had a lot of ice water. I only had one drink today. But I'm planning on getting some tonight. After the venue. We're going to go see the water show tonight after dinner. We have reservations for that. Looking forward to that. And let's see. So it's nice. I get to eat dinner with Mom every day. I need to call my husband too. My husband didn't come along. He does not. He looked at the itinerary. He really was trying to see if he would like to go or not. But there's not much that he said that he would be interested in doing. He wouldn't mind a Broadway show, but he wasn't going to see Cats. And that's the only one they have going here. He wasn't in the mood for an aqua show or an ice skating show. He just wasn't into it. So, and he gets really upset when people flaunt their wealth, and because since we've never had any, that it just irks him. It makes him feel like he's missing out or something. It just gets him upset. So I think part of the reason he didn't come, is that not because he wouldn't enjoy cruising. I think mainly he just didn't want to see other people acting like they were better than other people. But you know what? I don't really find that too much. Yeah, I find some people that will wear their designer stuff and be ostentatious on the formal night. And you know what? If you got it, fine. I don't care. But a lot of the time, they're either families. There are a lot more families on board than you might expect. A lot of young kids. But they have adventure stuff for the kids to do while the adults are on the pool deck or something like that. You can send your kids to an adventure station, and they even have laser tag that they can do. There's a Star Trek, Star Wars escape room. No, mission control escape room. It's like going off in a space rocket type thing. And there's they have trivia going all over different decks, different types of trivia. They have pretend game shows you can either participate in or laugh at other people participating in. They have comedy shows, family comedy or adult comedy. Let's see, what else were they? People in lounges, like lounge singers and bar singers. They have country music. They were teaching Caribbean line dancing at one place. The spa has what to do about your tired and aching feet. Tired and swollen feet. And I'm like, hey, I really should have made that at 4:30, but I missed it. But that probably would have been really good for me today. My feet are swollen and painful. But that's par for my course. I kind of get used to that during the day. It just is the way it is for me. I was scheduled to go to Chichen Itza and from Cozumel, and I don't think I am physically capable of going. From here, they have a 2-hour bus ride and a 45-minute water taxi. That's one way to get there. You have like 45 minutes to an hour to actually see the place, and then you have the same trip on the way back. So how much are you actually going to see the place in that amount of time? There's really no time at all. It's really, I don't know, disappointing. Disappointing, I think. But I got some beautiful shots of the waves and the palm trees and all that neat stuff. It was hot, but there was a nice breeze that would come through every once in a while. Why can't I? Sometimes this doesn't pick up the drill, and I can't. When I go to put it down, there's nothing there. And then this is really hard to see. I thought over here by the light it would be easier than what I tried last night, but I don't want to waste all my battery. The battery in my magnifying light. The little one that I've been carrying with me. Oh, here's some more. There you. But you could hear the ocean. And the waves were nice. They were nice, but they weren't like choppy. And the cove that we were in, it was so nice. You could see people snorkeling. You could see birds that looked like they were walking on the water way out off of the shore, and they were on like a sandbar. They were walking on the sandbar looking for their next meal, I believe. You just couldn't see the sandbar from where we were on the beach. But there were snorkelers out there too, so. There's one of the shore excursions that has a glass bottom boat that you can see shipwreck and the reef and, the fish, colorful fish. I'm not going to get to go on that because I signed up too late. But that, if I come back, that would be a wonderful thing to do. It'll be a while before I get to come back, but I'm going to try. Alright, this was for 2 dots here. It can be cold in these rooms. You can set your temperature gauge, but it can be cold. I like it cold at night when I go to sleep, so I can wrap myself up in covers and feel all snug as a bug in a rug, And many of you have been to the Bahamas. I've been down here in this area and experienced the middle of the afternoon brief shower and the palm trees, and there was a scent on the air that was like a sweet gum ball. It just smelled so nice. Or aloe. It was a unique scent, and it was light and fragrant. Maybe it was one of the plants, I don't know. I didn't smell it later on. I just smelled it at first. I first got there. Okay. Come on now. Yeah, one of these nights I will take you out to one of the bars with me, and I'll do some diamond painting at one of the tables if they're not full. May not be doing much talking at that time, just showing you. Because they have music, it'll probably be copyright protected, and I don't want to get strikes set against me when I'm so close to going to the next step here. I found a t-shirt for my grandson. I found a set of little pocketbooks for my granddaughter in purple. You heard her, she loves purple. So I found some for her. I found a magnet for my refrigerator. I don't want to go overboard with getting something for me because I just don't have the room or the need for anything. And of course, you always bring something back for the kids. And I'd get something for the husband if I found anything that he would like. Maybe on another island, I don't know. Oh my. I'm starting to relax. I'm starting to let go a bit. Vacation, it takes you 3 days to unwind, and by the time you finally get to the point where you're relaxed, it's time to go back to work again. But so far, I think this trip will be a little different. It's already been a little different. Oh, we were run up and down yesterday from one floor to the other trying to get our dining stuff right. We were in line. The guest services told us to go to this one floor 5 dining room to get it straightened out. Okay, so we went to the straighten out. We get there and there's a long line. It was like an hour and a half in line. And I can't stand for an hour and a half. So Mom, who's older than I am, decided that she would stay in line, and she wanted me to go sit. So I did. I couldn't not, actually. And by the time we got up to the line, they were putting things away from the muster drill. We got up to the line, finally to the desk, and he said, "Oh, well, you are with My Time Dining. That's that's downstairs on deck 3. I said, "Well, we just waited in this line." And then they said, "Oh, well, did customer service tell you you were going to talk to customer service here?" "Yes." "Well, they left 5 minutes ago." I said, "But we were standing in line." And then they said, "Well, don't worry, just come back at your time, and we'll fit you in." Okay. We get back to that dining room at 5, and the attendant there says, "You're My Time Dining. You have to go down to deck 3. No, they told us to come here. So we go down to deck 3. They said, "You don't it doesn't start, seating doesn't start here till 6:45. What are you here for now? It was like 20 minutes earlier than that. Not even. Because we were supposed to be there at 6:30. And they said they didn't open till 6:45. Well, how could I have had a 6:30 reservation if it doesn't open till 6:45? It makes no sense. So anyway, then they said, oh, well, we can't take you until then. And I'm like, you can go up to the dining room and wait in line up at the dining room, and you can get in whenever you can. We were just there. We told them about waiting in line all afternoon and having to come back. And okay. So they sent us back up to the main dining room, but they called up, talked to them up there, sent us back with someone going along with us so that we wouldn't get moved, who found us a seat up there and got us settled and got us a waiter. And just, they took care of everything. So, we're used to when people are being grumpy, we're used to calling them by that internet name, Karen. I know many lovely Karens, so don't think that I'm using that name in a derogatory way, but that's just how the internet recognizes white privileged soccer moms that complain about everything, try to get their way. Believe me, there's a lot of white privileged kids around here that you just want to smack. But anyway, beside that, they instead of treating anybody with a complaint with exasperation and like, no, we can't do that, or you're not doing it our way, so we have to punish you, so to speak. None of that. If you get the least bit frustrated, they go into overdrive to try to please you and to try to accommodate you in some way. It's just like, it's unbelievable to see. And I know there are some picky folks. I hear them. Whenever we're sitting down, I hear them next to me. But then I see the attendants here go way above and beyond for them to make sure that they're happy. So to me, and I see them doing that, and I give them, the tips are often included in everything. If they're going to do an exceptional job for me, I'm going to, put a little bit extra down for them. So, and I do, or if I see them not get the gratitude they deserve for going the extra mile for somebody else, and if I'm able to do that, I will let them know that I saw what they did and I appreciated how they went out of their way to do it. Because believe me, if you have worked in the helping field, and I know some of you have, if you worked in the helping field, you deserve that. You deserve recognition for going above and beyond for people, especially because not everyone recognizes it and not everyone cares. They think you're there to serve them, like you're some kind of monkey or something like that, and you're just supposed to do as you're told. And that is so rude and so awful and so inhumane that I just think if you have the availability to say, I saw that you did over and beyond, I saw what you did, and I appreciate the effort that it took for you to do that. That's really all people really want. They want to just be acknowledged for what they've done. And it's easy to do that. I'm not talking about compensating them, monetarily. if they didn't do it for you that way, yeah, that helps the best. I am absolutely sure that is the best help that you can give people, but keep your eyes open and recognize when people do a good job for you. There's nothing easier or less expensive than that. And yet, it reaps genuine rewards. And they're likely to treat you better. I met this young man from the Philippines last night at one of the bars here. He was a bartender. And no, I don't go drinking night long. I just needed to get out of my cabin for a little bit and stretch my legs, and I wasn't tired yet, so I went to one of the bars and had what they call a painkiller. It's a pineapple drink and pineapple rum drink with a little nutmeg, I think, in it. Anyway, whatever. He was from the Philippines, and I just assumed that people who work on cruise ships, since they're indentured for a number of months, you would be single. And here this young man said no, he has a family, his wife and kids, and he is going from his family for 7 months at a time. And I said, well, how do you see them then? Well, Facebook or FaceTime or whatever, they have a way to see them on the internet. And that's great, but can you imagine being away from your family to work? I said, so why do you want to do that? And he said, because it's good money. He knew people from his village who got jobs and are living a decent life for their kids, for their families, because they worked in a cruise ship a couple times, a couple years in a row, on and off. Apparently they make decent money being bartenders, and I mean, not everybody does. There are dishwashers and people behind the scenes you never see that work just as hard. And I just can't imagine being that away from my family that long. But one thing that's been tempting, I kept thinking, do you want a chaplain on a cruise ship? Do you want a chaplain? They don't have a chapel on the cruise ship here. They have one interdenominational service a week, I'm told. And Christmas and Easter sailings, they have a priest come on for Easter and for Christmas. So they're Catholic customers can go to church on high holy days. Isn't that interesting? I wonder who they get to do the interdenominational worship service if they don't have a chaplain on board. And I would think, that every cruise somebody passes away of natural causes. I'm not saying accidents. Natural causes, heart attacks and that kind of thing can happen to you no matter where you are. So I know that there are people who would need bereavement help. I know that there are other health concerns that may or mental health concerns that may need to talk to somebody. And sometimes seeing a clergy person is as good as seeing a counselor, if it's the right clergy person. Now, I'll leave it up to you to decide the characteristics of that person. the training of that person would have to have in order to be as good as a counselor. So I'm not saying that that would be me, but I'm just saying many clergy people are in a role that they can help in that way. So I would think a cruise ship would be a nice place to be a chaplain for, wouldn't you? If you were working on a cruise ship, say all things considered, and wouldn't be a big deal to be away from the people you love for that long, and all that were not an issue. What job would you do on a cruise ship? Would you be a bartender? Would you be an activities director, the captain, a cook? Let's see, customer service desk? Would you be one of the people at the gangplank that take people's identification on and off and make sure they are who they say they are? There are pool attendants and lifeguards and the children and teen areas activities directors. There's, oh my gosh, there are people in the entertainment business who are the comedians, or those who are in the Broadway shows, or those who do the ice skating. There've been Olympic skiers, ice skating medalists here that have been teaching other people to do these things and perform in the show. There are people at the basketball courts and the pickleball courts and all the pools. There's a zip line instructor, and there's people in the spa who give massages, who give you aromatherapy, who talk to you about acupuncture and beauty products, and there's even a hairdresser and a nail artist on board. Anything you could think of. It's a resort all rolled up into a big hunk of metal that rides on the waves. So, what job would you do if you could? Is there a job that you would do? Do you get seasick and don't think you'd do any of the jobs? I'd love to know that. Have you been on cruises? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Have you been to the Bahamas, even if it's not on a cruise? What's been your experience? I'd love to know. I know there's a member that lives in Brazil, in a tropical area, and I hope to be interviewing her soon as a beloved member of our community. And she and I have been communicating recently, sharing little videos, sharing little voice messages, and it's been fun hearing her voice, hearing about her property and the animals that are there, and the orchards and all the things that she has in this tropical climate. And it's been so much fun hearing about her surroundings. So for you, getting to meet her would be, I'm hoping that will be fun for you too. And what she finds are the benefits of diamond painting for her, why she's into it, what she loves, what other crafts she does, what she does for a living, what her family's like, just to get to know each other a bit. I think that would be so much fun, so that we start meeting each other on the live streams I hope to do soon. You'll know people, you'll know each other before you get to talk to. Oh, I recognize that name. That's so-and-so who does this and that. That to me would be fun. Yeah, that's the one. I'm sorry, I still have a sniffly nose. Where are my tissues? still have a sniffle. Yeah, I wish my stateroom attendant would have taken care of my room while I was gone. I wonder why he didn't. Just doesn't make sense. Usually while you're out during the day, they come and do that. I had breakfast in my cabin this morning because I knew I was running out. Continental breakfast, they call it. So it was a couple croissants, some fresh fruit, bagel and cream cheese with tea and milk. So when I got back, I just left my tray out in the hallway where everybody else usually does, like you do in a hotel room. And apparently it was picked up. I don't know. Some things are frustrating, some things are not like they are on the other ships. But you're bound to find that no matter where you go. No, I've never been on a Carnival ship. I'd like to probably try that sometime. They're same company. Just a different style ship, a different style of atmosphere. There's some things that I want to do, but I know I can't get it all in. I just am not up to it. You can feel the boat rocking a little bit, just slightly. I didn't feel it at all on the other ship, but this one I do, for some reason. It's just weird. Okay. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, I saw a lizard today. Crawling around on the ground. It was really a long lizard, too. I didn't expect one that long. And then some girl that was standing right next to me screamed her head off. But it wasn't for the lizard. She said it was for a bug she saw flying past. And I'm like, what are you doing? She wasn't alone. She was with people that kind of like took her down. I'm like, what the heck did you do that for? For a bug? Are you kidding me? I mean, she must genuinely have a phobia. Different bugs all. But the lizard was cute. How can a lizard be cute, you might ask? Well, it's not like I went and petted it. It's a wild animal, wild creature. I wasn't going to get near it, but... So maybe it was cute from a distance. How about that? Oh, yeah, so... So I hope you're well. I didn't need much cold medicine at all today. It seems to be settling down and not down into my chest. I still cough and bring up some fluid, but it's not bad. I'm hoping the salty sea air kind of like gets rid of all that gunk in there. Yeah, you can still hear it, can't you? Yep. Yeah, and I can still feel it. I don't know. I've seen the other aqua show at the other ship. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it or not, but you know what? I'm going to be there. I want to see Mom enjoying it. I know she will. Tomorrow is a sea day, so we'll be running around the ocean. And let's see. I hope to play some mini golf on board. And I hope to soak in a whirlpool tub. That would feel fabulous. And I think I'm going to see the comedian tomorrow night. While my guests go to Cats. And there's an Aerosmith tribute band here, so I'd like to see that. And they also have a 1970s disco party. I think that's tomorrow night. I'm going to be there for sure. Yep. Oh, see, now that's why that's not right. I wonder they weren't sliding into place correctly. They were a little wonky. There. They're not quite as wonky. Where else? What else? I have internet, but I didn't get to. I'm not going to play any of my games here. I left my controller at home. I didn't want it to get crushed in the packing. And really, I didn't expect that I'd have time to do anything. It does help me relax and unwind at night, though. Let's see. I remember my son used to get so upset and curse at the people playing video games with him online. And I'm like, aren't you supposed to like relax when you're playing video games? This is making you even worse. So why bother playing? Mom, you just don't understand. Well, no, I don't. Help me understand it. I don't know. And that's years ago, not anymore. He's a good kid. Good adult. He'll always be a kid to me, though, right? Let's see. Anything else new? Anything else new? How about you? Anything else if you have anything new you'd like to share, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear. I'd love to know what you're working on. Have you bought any Christmas paintings yet? Are you going to? I didn't. I really do need to get online tonight, and I will. I just haven't yet. So I will try to edit and upload this as soon as I'm able to. As I did promise. This is all moving around here. I get caught on the sticky. Piece of trash. Well, I think it's getting close to dinner time, so I'm going to have to stop shortly I want to change my shorts into a pair of pants. I do not need my mosquito bitten legs on full display today for dinner or the water show. Well, if anything, I'm going to get my exercise, more exercise than normal, going to these excursions, for sure. Let's see. Should be almost done this brown. There are only 310s in this, but there's a lot of black area. I think they're using either dark brown or dark blue for part of it. That makes sense since it's sand and surf. Interesting. Huh. On one of my, I listened to another YouTuber who, plays some of the games I like to play. And I like to see this person play some of the games before I decide if I want to invest in it or not. And I don't have too many. I just, just a few. More often than not, I can just watch vicariously through him and listen to the commenters and their pros and cons and what they like and don't like about the game and their hang-ups and stuff. But he was saying the other day about, he was reading a comment from one of the people there with him live, and it was about this guy's wife diamond painting. She does these diamond paintings for people. I'm like, wait a minute, who gets paid doing that? You probably know more than I do about it. I don't get paid to do any commissions or anything. Just earning money from a hobby, I just can't ever seem to make a go of it. As far as selling them. Little things like the keychains and even the kits. That I have the stickers for kids. I get the big sticker kits and then break them up into smaller sticker kits and sell them that way at shows. Now that's not as easy done as you would think, because you have to count out those little nurdles to make sure you're giving them the right amount of stuff, which is frustrating. So, it can be very tedious. One of these nights I'm going to go up on deck as we sail away. Get a picture of the boat sailing away from an island. I want to show you that. Alright, this is pretty much it. This color for now. I saw some over here. So, did I put you asleep yet? I hope not. Hope you're hanging in there. Anyway, I wanted to thank you for coming along on the ride with me today, for hanging out with me at Wanda's Workbasket for all things creative and crafty with a little bit of inspiration mixed in. I wanted to remind you that when I get back home, I'm going to have a test live session to see what all is entailed in getting a live session up and done. I will put an email through as to when I'm going to be doing that, so that after I get that practice one done, then I will announce when the big blowout giveaway is. Remember, don't forget to read the comments below about possible scammers trying to try to pretend they are YouTube creators giving stuff away, as long as you message them on another platform like WhatsApp or I don't even remember the name of the other one. But I will never contact you like that. I will never ask you to contact me that way. You already have my email address, Wandasworkbasket@gmail.com. I will never ask you to contact me in any other way. More often than not, if I have your member questionnaire, your giveaway questionnaire, I already have your email address. So I won't ask you for any information like that. I won't ask you for any other identifying information. So please don't fall for scams. If you have a question, whether it is a scam or not, email it to me at wandasworkbasket@gmail.com, and I will email you back and say, yes, that was me, or no, it was not. And I hope that will help find the difference between the two. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to leave you go, and I'm going to get changed for dinner. All right? Thanks, Diva. See you later. Bye.